The alarm pierces through the recycled air at 6:30 a.m. Martian time. But Maya Chen doesn't wake to birds chirping or sunlight streaming through windows. She wakes to a blinking red warning light on her bedside monitor. The atmospheric processor in Sector 7 is running hot again. Welcome to Seoul, 2847 in New Eden Colony. Population: 847 humans living on a planet that wants to destroy them every single day. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is Tuesday morning on Mars, and Maya has exactly 18 minutes to fix a critical system before the morning shift change. The thing is, saving humanity's first interplanetary civilization has become routine. Extraordinary? Absolutely. But also surprisingly mundane. Morning routine: breathing, eating, surviving. Maya doesn't roll out of bed like you do on Earth. She checks her tablet first. Sabatier reactors running at 94% efficiency, converting CO2 to oxygen. Oxygen levels stable. Atmospheric pressure holding steady at 0.6 Earth normal. Only then does she swing her feet to the floor. Every colonist starts their day the same way. You verify you can breathe before you do anything else. Because on Mars, taking your next breath for granted isn't just naive. It's potentially fatal. The bathroom routine looks familiar until you remember where that water comes from. Maya brushes her teeth with H2O. That was urine yesterday, sweat last week, and probably tears from some homesick engineer last month. The forward osmosis recycling unit achieves 95% efficiency, but that remaining 5% means strict rationing. 2-minute showers, twice a week, every drop accounted for. Breakfast comes from the vertical farms 3 levels down. Cricket protein bars provide essential amino acids with minimal resource investment. The lab-grown tomatoes taste almost like Earth tomatoes, if you don't think too hard about the nutrient solution they grew in. Maya checks her personal ration balance on her tablet. She's got enough calories for the next 4 days, assuming no emergency lockdowns. The morning Earth communication window opens at 7:15 a.m. Today's delay: 14 minutes each way. Maya's daughter is graduating high school next month. By the time Maya sees the ceremony video and sends congratulations, her daughter will be asleep. Time doesn't just separate them, it isolates them. Suiting up for external work takes exactly 23 minutes if everything goes right. Maya has done this routine 1,247 times since landing. Undergarments with integrated cooling tubes. Pressure suit with 17 different seals that must be perfect. Helmet diagnostics. Glove mobility check. Life support backpack with 6 hours of air, assuming normal consumption rates. The psychological weight hits during those 23 minutes. Every seal, every connection, every system check reminds you that you're about to step outside into an environment that will kill you in 90 seconds without protection. The suit isn't just equipment. It's a tiny piece of Earth wrapped around your body. Maya's partner Jake is already suited up, running through his own checklist. They don't talk much during prep anymore. After 3 years, the routine has replaced conversation. Check seals, verify pressure, test communications, the mundane ritual that keeps them alive. The airlock cycle takes 4 minutes. 4 minutes to transition from the carefully controlled environment that humanity has carved out of this alien world to the raw reality of Mars itself. Atmospheric pressure drops to nearly 0. Temperature sits at -43 degrees Celsius. The thin atmosphere offers no protection from radiation that would cook you slowly over months. But Maya and Jake step outside like commuters catching a morning train. Because this is their job. This is their life. This is Tuesday morning in humanity's greatest achievement. And it feels surprisingly normal. The atmospheric processor in Sector 7 needs new HEPA-grade filtration membranes for the primary air scrubbing system. Maya carries them in her toolkit like a plumber carries pipe fittings. Except these pipe fittings help keep 847 people breathing on a planet 140 million miles from home. The extraordinary has become routine. The impossible has become mundane. And somehow, that makes it even more remarkable. Midday. Work, storms, and systems failures. The hydroponics facility hums with the sound of water pumps and LED grow lights. Maya's morning repair bought them time. But the real work happens here, where automated systems grow the food that keeps everyone alive. Today's task: debugging the nutrient delivery system that's been overcalculating phosphorus levels for 3 days. Jake connects his tablet to the main agricultural computer, running the automated nutrient distribution system. Lines of code scroll past, each algorithm representing months of Earth-based research compressed into software that must work perfectly every time. One miscalculation in nutrient ratios could poison an entire crop cycle. That means 847 people eating emergency rations for 6 weeks while new crops mature. The debugging process looks like any IT troubleshooting session, except the stakes involve human survival. Jake isolates the error in subroutine 47C, a rounding error in the phosphorus calculation, probably introduced during last week's software update. He patches the code, runs simulations, and cross-checks with backup systems. The 23 minutes of routine programming work that literally keeps civilization alive. Then the dust storm warning hits. The colony's weather monitoring system detects wind speeds climbing past 60 kilometers per hour. Dust particles begin reducing visibility across the settlement's external cameras. Maya and Jake have maybe 15 minutes before the storm reaches full intensity. Emergency protocols activate automatically. Habitat seals engage. External work crews receive immediate return orders. Backup power systems spin up as solar panel efficiency drops towards zero. The communication array retracts into its protective housing, cutting off contact with Earth and the other Mars settlements. This is Maya's 4th major dust storm since landing. The first one terrified her. The second one stressed her. The third one annoyed her. Today, it's just another operational challenge that requires systematic response. The storm hits with the force of a planetary tantrum. Visibility drops to less than 3 meters. The habitat modules shake as wind-driven particles sandblast their external surfaces. Outside, the world disappears into a churning brown void that could last hours or weeks. Inside, the system's engineers become heroes without fanfare. Chen Wei monitors atmospheric pressure as the external environment tries to infiltrate their sealed world. Sarah Martinez tracks power consumption as the colony switches to stored energy. David Kumar manages water recycling loads as increased stress drives up consumption. Their heroism looks like staring at computer screens and adjusting digital parameters. No dramatic speeches, no life or death decisions made in split seconds. Just competent professionals managing complex systems under pressure, the way they do every few months when Mars reminds them who's really in charge. The medical emergency happens during the storm's peak intensity. Colony member Lisa Park experiences severe abdominal pain during her shift in the machine shop. The automated diagnostic system suggests possible appendicitis, but the colony's medical officer needs confirmation from Earth specialists. Dr. Jennifer Walsh establishes a delayed consultation link with Massachusetts General Hospital. The 14-minute communication delay means real-time surgery consultation is impossible. Instead, Earth doctors review Lisa's symptoms, vital signs, and diagnostic imagery, then transmit detailed surgical guidance. Dr. Walsh performs the appendectomy using the Da Vinci Xi surgical robot, guided by pre-recorded instructions from Earth's top surgeons. Lisa's life depends on medical expertise transmitted across 140 million miles of space, delivered through a communication system that takes 28 minutes for a simple conversation. The surgery succeeds. Lisa recovers in the medical bay while the dust storm continues outside. The most advanced medical procedure in human history happens during a routine Tuesday afternoon emergency. By evening, the storm begins to subside. External cameras regain visibility. Solar panels emerge from protective housings and begin charging the colony's batteries. Communication arrays extend and re-establish contact with Earth and neighboring settlements. Maya reviews the day's incident reports on her tablet. Atmospheric processor repair. Completed. Hydroponics. Debugging. Resolved. Dust storm response. Nominal. Emergency surgery. Successful. Equipment damage assessment. Minimal. Just another Tuesday on Mars. The extraordinary has become so routine that surviving on an alien planet feels like managing a particularly complex office building. Except this office building is humanity's foothold in the cosmos. And every routine maintenance task is an act of species-level defiance against a universe that doesn't care if we live or die. The mundane heroism of keeping civilization running, one system check at a time. Afternoon. Connection and isolation. At 2:30 p.m. Mars time, Maya settles into the communication pod for her weekly family call. The Earth window opens, and she dials home to suburban Phoenix. Her tablet displays the current delay, 14 minutes, 27 seconds each way. By the time she sees her family sitting down for dinner, they'll be clearing the table. Her daughter Emma appears on screen, wearing the blue dress Maya sent from Earth 3 years ago. Emma talks about college applications, her boyfriend, weekend plans with friends. Maya watches her 18-year-old daughter, living a life that feels increasingly foreign. Emma's biggest worry today is whether to take advanced calculus or AP physics. Maya's biggest worry was debugging life support systems, while a dust storm tried to kill everyone she cares about. The conversation flows like molasses. Maya asks about Emma's day. 14 minutes later, Emma responds about events that happened half an hour ago. Maya shares updates about the colony's new greenhouse expansion. 14 minutes later, Emma reacts to news that's already old. They're talking to ghosts of each other, separated not just by distance but by time itself. Jake joins the call from his workstation. Maya's parents ask about their relationship, whether they're planning to get married, if they'll have children on Mars. The questions feel absurd and perfectly reasonable simultaneously. Yes, they share a habitat pod and have built a life together 140 million miles from Earth. No. They haven't figured out whether bringing children into this environment makes sense. The colony has 3 pregnant women, but no one knows yet what growing up on Mars does to human development. The call ends with the usual promises to write more, to send videos, to stay connected across the cosmic void. Maya closes the link and sits quietly in the communication pod. The silence feels heavier after hearing voices from home. Social dynamics in a confined space require constant attention. The colony's population of 847 people live in an area smaller than a typical shopping mall. Privacy exists only in personal sleeping quarters. Every meal happens in communal spaces. Every conversation can be overheard. Every personality conflict affects the entire community. Today's interpersonal issue involves the hydroponics team. Marcus and Jennifer have been arguing about crop rotation schedules for 3 weeks. Their disagreement isn't just professional anymore. It's personal, and it's affecting team morale. The colony's conflict resolution protocol kicks in automatically when productivity metrics drop below acceptable levels. Counselor Dr. Sarah Kim facilitates a mediation session in Conference Room B. The process looks like corporate HR management, except the stakes involve food security for nearly 1,000 people. Marcus believes they should prioritize high-calorie root vegetables. Jennifer advocates for nutritional diversity through leafy greens. Both are right. Both are wrong. The solution requires compromise that neither wants to make. Dr. Kim guides them through structured dialogue protocols developed specifically for isolated communities. The techniques draw from submarine psychology, Antarctic research station management, and space station operations. After 90 minutes, Marcus and Jennifer agree on a hybrid approach that satisfies neither completely, but serves the community adequately. Recreation time begins at 4 p.m. in the communal dome. The space feels enormous compared to living quarters, with a transparent aluminum ceiling that offers views of the Martian landscape. Today, the dome hosts book club, exercise groups, art therapy, and a chess tournament that's been running for 6 months. Maya joins the painting class. She's working on a landscape of Earth's Pacific coastline, painted from memory and old photographs. The irony isn't lost on her. She's creating art about a world she may never see again while living in humanity's greatest artistic achievement. Every day on Mars is performance art on a planetary scale. The chess tournament draws serious competition. Colony members treat the game with the intensity of professional athletes, partly because intellectual stimulation is scarce, and partly because winning something, anything, provides psychological relief from the constant awareness of vulnerability. Jake participates in the exercise group, using pneumatic resistance equipment and a lower body negative pressure suit designed for Mars gravity. Maintaining muscle mass and bone density requires daily effort in 0.38 Earth gravity. The workout routines look familiar, but the physics are alien. Jumping feels like flying. Running feels like bouncing. The human body adapts, but it remembers what Earth gravity felt like. At 5:30 p.m., the Governance Council convenes via hologram with representatives from Olympus Base and Mariner Valley Station. The agenda includes resource sharing agreements, emergency response coordination, and planning for the next supply mission from Earth. The discussion feels like city council meetings, Except these cities are separated by thousands of kilometers of hostile terrain. The council debates water allocation between settlements. Olympus Base discovered a new subsurface ice deposit and wants to trade surplus water for New Eden's surplus food production. The negotiation involves complex calculations about transport costs, storage capacity, and risk assessment. It's interplanetary commerce conducted by people who remember when Mars was just a red dot in Earth's sky. Weather reports dominate the meeting's second half. Mariner Valley Station reports unusual atmospheric pressure variations that might indicate a major dust storm system forming near the polar ice caps. All three settlements begin coordinating preparation protocols. On Mars, weather isn't small talk. It's survival planning. The strange normalcy of these discussions strikes Maya during a debate about Martian agricultural export quotas. They're talking about crop yields and shipping schedules on an alien planet, like farmers discussing harvest logistics in Iowa. The extraordinary has become so routine that interplanetary trade negotiations feel like ordinary business meetings. Mental health check-ins happen after the governance meeting. Dr. Kim conducts individual sessions with colony members, showing stress indicators. The sessions are mandatory, like oxygen level monitoring or radiation exposure tracking. Psychological health receives the same systematic attention as physical health, because both are equally critical for survival. Maya's session lasts 15 minutes. Dr. Kim reviews her sleep patterns, social interaction metrics, and productivity scores. Everything falls within normal ranges, but Maya mentions feeling disconnected from Earth during today's family call. Dr. Kim notes this in Maya's psychological profile and schedules a follow-up session next week. The late afternoon shift change brings new faces to common areas. Night shift workers emerge from sleeping quarters, while day shift personnel prepare for evening routines. The colony operates continuously, like a city that never sleeps. Except this city exists solely to keep humans alive on a planet that evolved without them. Building human culture 140 million miles from home requires intentional effort. The colony celebrates birthdays, holidays, and personal achievements. They've established traditions that blend Earth customs with Martian realities. New Year's Eve happens twice, once for Earth time and once for Mars time. Valentine's Day includes mandatory chocolate rations from the emergency supply. Halloween involves costume contests, using repurposed equipment components. These cultural adaptations feel both precious and absurd. Humans need ritual, ceremony, and shared meaning. They need reasons to celebrate beyond mere survival, so they create new traditions in humanity's newest home, building the foundation of Martian civilization one small custom at a time. Evening, reflection and tomorrow's challenges. The Martian sunset begins at 6:47 p.m. local time. Maya watches from the observation deck as two small suns descend toward the horizon. Phobos, Mars's larger moon, races across the salmon-colored sky, completing an orbit every 7.5 hours. Deimos hangs like a distant star, barely visible against the alien twilight. The sunset colors look wrong to human eyes trained on Earth's atmosphere. The sky fades from butterscotch to deep blue, then to the star-filled black of space. No clouds, no birds, no sounds except the gentle hum of life support systems maintaining the bubble of Earth-like conditions inside the dome. Maya opens her personal journal, a ritual she's maintained for all 2847 sols since landing. Today's entry covers the atmospheric processor repair, the dust storm, Lisa's surgery, the family call that felt more distant than usual. She writes about the strange comfort of routine emergencies and the persistent ache of homesickness that never quite disappears. Personal time on Mars feels sacred because it's so scarce. Privacy exists only in sleeping quarters and during designated reflection periods. Maya uses this hour for meditation, reading messages from Earth, or simply sitting quietly with her thoughts. Tonight, she records a video message for Emma, talking about the sunset and wondering what her daughter sees when she looks up at Mars from Earth. The message will take 14 minutes to reach Earth, assuming the communication window stays open. Emma will watch it tomorrow morning. Mars time, while Maya sleeps. Their conversations happen in slow motion across the solar system, each exchange separated by the fundamental physics of distance and light speed. Jake joins her on the observation deck with his tablet, reviewing tomorrow's maintenance schedule, EVA suit inspection for the entire external work crew, atmospheric processor filter replacement in Sector 3, hydroponics system calibration after today's software patch, water recycling efficiency audit, solar panel cleaning after the dust storm. Each task represents routine maintenance that keeps 847 people alive. The EVA suit inspection alone takes 4 hours per suit, checking every seal, connection, and system component. A single overlooked defect could mean death during external operations, so they check everything, twice, every time. The equipment maintenance schedules read like poetry to Maya now. Oxygen scrubber membrane replacement, atmospheric pressure valve calibration, life support redundancy verification. Each line item represents humanity's systematic defiance of an environment that wants to kill them. The mundane heroism of preventive maintenance. Maya's tablet chimes with tomorrow's work assignment. She's leading the team, installing new radiation shielding in the children's quarters. The colony's 3 families with young children get priority protection from cosmic radiation and solar particle events. The installation requires precision work in confined spaces, using materials shipped from Earth at enormous cost. The quiet moments feel most profound. Sitting on an alien planet, watching an alien sunset, planning maintenance work that keeps human civilization alive in the most hostile environment humans have ever inhabited. The extraordinary has become so routine that Maya sometimes forgets she's participating in the greatest adventure in human history. Sleep preparation begins at 8:30 p.m. Maya checks habitat, seals, verifies backup systems, reviews emergency protocols. The bedtime routine includes safety checks that would seem paranoid on Earth, but represent basic survival practice on Mars. Atmospheric pressure sensors, oxygen level monitors, emergency suit locations, evacuation route confirmation. She sets her tablet to wake her if any critical systems show anomalies during the night. Sleep on Mars never feels completely safe. Part of her mind stays alert for warning signals, unusual sounds, or changes in air pressure that might indicate system failures. The human brain wasn't designed to sleep peacefully while depending entirely on technology for survival. Before closing her eyes, Maya thinks about Earth rain, real water falling from natural clouds in an atmosphere humans can breathe without assistance. The memory feels increasingly dreamlike after 3 years on Mars. Sometimes she wonders if her children will remember what unfiltered air smells like, or if rain will become mythology for humans born on other worlds. The habitat settles into nighttime quiet. Life support systems continue their essential work, maintaining the tiny pocket of Earth-like conditions that allows human life to persist on Mars. Maya drifts towards sleep, surrounded by the gentle sounds of machinery that keeps her alive, dreaming of a blue sky she may never see again. Tomorrow brings new challenges, new maintenance tasks, new reminders that survival on Mars requires constant vigilance and systematic care. But tonight, for a few hours, she can rest in humanity's most remote outpost, secure in the knowledge that human ingenuity and determination have carved out a foothold among the stars. The extraordinary has become routine. The impossible has become mundane. And somehow, that makes it the most remarkable human achievement of all. The future we're building, this mundane, extraordinary life is humanity's next chapter. Maya and her fellow colonists aren't conquering Mars through dramatic heroism. They're building civilization through systematic competence, one equipment check at a time. The most incredible human achievement in history feels surprisingly normal because that's exactly what makes it sustainable. Heroes burn out. Routine endures. Subscribe for more grounded analysis of what's actually coming. Tell me in the comments, what aspect of Mars colony life caught you off guard most?